Hello, this is Lake Nyos.
Some of the background about Lake Nyos is the disaster happened on August 21st, 1986, and it lasted for multiple days. Lake Nyos is a freshwater lake located in the northwest region of Cameroon. Some of the geologic causes came up to two conclusions that it was either a volcanic eruption or just a gradual leak of CO2 with the help of a landslide from the interior wall of the lake. The volcanic eruption hypothesis was debunked due to the evidence of the CO2 bubbling below the lake at the depth of 628 feet. This was caused by volcanic magma being underneath the lake, but not it erupting.
So, the tectonic setting of Lake Nyos, geologists believe that Lake Nyos, the Nyos Mar, formed about 400 years ago, and the lake lies on the Cameroonian volcanic line, which is highly volcanic and it is rifting the African plate. So that is on the northwestern side of Cameroon, which is where the lake is located.
So when we talk about human impact, the limnic eruption triggered 100,000 to 300,000 tons of carbon dioxide that was released into the atmosphere. Initially, it rose at 100 kilometers per hour, then became heavier as it descended upon villages, suffocating people and livestock within 25 kilometers of the eruption. 4,000 of these inhabitants fled the area. However, many developed respiratory problems, lesions, and paralysis from the gas cloud. Out of those inhabitants, 1,746 people died from the gas cloud. After the events, many of the inhabitants did want to return to the area as they found that the soil was rich before and after because of the volcanic line.
The environmental impact of the Lake Nyos eruption. Dang. Wait, can you see that? Take two. The environmental impact of the Lake Nyos eruption was that the lake was picturesque beforehand, before the explosion, but then afterwards it darkened with rust, and shallow vegetation was floating on top of it. And just altogether, the lake turned a very brown color. Wildlife surrounding the area was poisoned by the release of the CO2, which killed around 3,500 livestock in the area. And then the effects were global. Oh, great. Take two. The environmental impact of the Lake Nyos eruption was that the lake was picturesque beforehand, before the explosion, but then afterwards it darkened with rust, and shallow vegetation was floating on top of it. And just altogether, the lake turned a very brown color. Wildlife surrounding the area was poisoned by the release of the CO2, which killed around 3,500 livestock in the area. And then the effects were global. Oh, great. And action. The effects were local and involved all of the Earth systems, including the geosphere, the hydrosphere, the atmosphere, and the biosphere. So it really affected all of the environment surrounding the lake.
So, just an interesting fact that we found was that with the unpredictable.
You had you could you do.
Okay, here we go. Interesting facts that we found was the unpredictable and dangerous nature of the lake led many scientists from around the world, mostly in France and the US, to propose solutions that would prevent another carbon dioxide eruption. In 2001, French scientists installed a degassing instrument, mostly a pipe in a fountain that allows gas to escape at a consistent rate. Two more pipes were installed in 2011. From that point on, from 1986, there were no recorded eruptions that had happened since the eruption in 1986. Um, But even since then, scientists further investigated other African lakes to see if the same phenomenon was possible elsewhere. In the picture below, you can see it kind of forms like a geyser effect with the pipes and the fountain.
It's such a smart idea. Who would have thought? Scientists thought. These are our websites. We use howstuffworks.com, earthobservatory.nasa.gov, and Britannica. Very similar to Wikipedia, but not. Hold up peace signs. Peace them out.